Hey, Chef Lala, let's start out with the ingredients. What exactly do you have going on?
I'm gonna use some whole wheat flour. We have that extra fiber, so good for you. A little bit of almond flour, gives that nutty taste, and it's also some of the good fats. We're gonna use some coconut sugar. This is a little better for you. And then some baking powder, some cinnamon. Cinnamon is actually a really good anti-inflammatory. So see, we're putting ingredients that are good for you as well. Some Himalayan salt and some milk and applesauce. This is a great way to cut out some of that fat. I'm using some Manuka honey. This is where I'm getting my sweetness from. And then a little bit of yogurt, another secret to keeping it nice and moist without all that extra fat. And a tiny bit of vanilla. So I'm gonna whisk it. You have to be careful not to overwork it because you do want it to be fluffy. So what you wanna do is you wanna pipe it out. And this is where you can get the kids involved and you can have some fun with it. Or you can make them as big or small as you'd like. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them in the oven for 10 minutes until they get fluffy.
What's the temperature on your oven there?
I heated my oven at 350 degrees.
How did you become so interested in cooking in general, Chef Lala, and especially healthier options? What happened?
Well, I'll tell you, donuts was actually the beginning of the story. My father loves donuts. He used to take one to my mom every morning, and then he was diagnosed with diabetes. And he said, "You're not gonna take away my pleasure of food. I'd rather die than you take away my pleasure of food." And I said, "No, Daddy, you can have it all." And I started finding ways to make sure that he can celebrate with food and flavor, his culture, and everything else that was important to him.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, what do you say, Chef Lala? Do you think our donuts are done yet?
I think they are. Let me check.
Oh boy.
This will be so good, Bill.
There's some dark chocolate. This dark chocolate, I melted a little bit of it, and I'm gonna dunk them in.
Is that chocolate, Lala, or is that something that looks like chocolate?
It is. It's chocolate. There are things that you don't want to go back on. What I did was I actually used dark chocolate. It's stronger in flavor. It has antioxidants. And then I'm using some peanuts.
And the peanuts are okay too. I know that peanuts aren't exactly the healthiest or the unhealthiest of foods, but on the donuts they're okay somehow?
Yeah, they're great. And if you don't like peanuts, you can use another kind. You can use shaved coconut, and that's okay with me.
Chef Lala, thank you so much for joining us and for sharing your healthy and delicious donut recipe with us today.
Hey, tuners, you can check out more about Chef Lala on her website,